Durag wisdom here, folks. Earth date Y2K 17.05.22. And today we have to talk about the naked ape that we have in our midst. The evil naked ape. The Trumputin clown. I'm not normalizing this bastard, folks. I am not accepting him as the leader of the free world, because his goal is to make it an enslaved world, an oligarchical, totalitarian, religious extremist world. And I'm going to fight this creep every step of the way. If I was within shouting distance of him, I would make sure that my voice is known. F you, Trump Putin. Birther bastard. Just like that. And the fact that we're letting this creep run around now, travel to Saudi Arabia, where he makes a fool of himself, to now next to Israel, who should throw him out on his takat, not even talk to that creep, and then on to the Pope. Okay? What? Mr. Freedom, Mr. Warmth, Mr. Pussy Grabber, Mr. Mexicans are thieves and rapists and everything else. The creep that put a right-winger scumbag into the Supreme Court. The creep that's undermining everything that President Obama tried to accomplish. And believe me, he could have accomplished more if he was much more liberal. This creep should be chained inside the Offal office. Fed. Let him have a bucket to take a dump in. Because at least he won't be spreading his feces all over our planet. Now, I know what would be going on if there was a Democrat as a president of our country. Believe me. Connection with Russia? Conflicts of interest? Not showing the tax returns? The Russians colluding with our election to put this Democrat in? Calling the FBI person you just fired who's investigating you crazy? Trying to obstruct justice? The GOP would be on that Democratic president like flies on shit. And you know it, and I know it. But the fact they got one of their boys in, as much as they hate him, he's going to do their bidding until he explodes. It's not right, folks. It's not right that this creep, this crazy sociopath, this narcissistic sociopath is allowed to make any decisions for us. Select anybody. Fire anybody. He is tainted. Tainted. And the GOP are making sure he stays in there until they drain him of all the swampy shit that they want to dump on us. Look at it. I see it. And I'm not the most intelligent person on this planet either, but I see it. I've lived long enough to see it. And I live in a city that taught me to recognize when you're being conned. And I read 1984 to recognize totalitarian bullshit when I see it. So I suggest that we demand an independent prosecutor, because who we have now, he's not independent. It's a half measure. The GOP, I say right now, we'd be on our way to impeachment already if a Democrat was in there, in the White House. This guy that they have now, He's supposedly a good guy. He's a veteran. He's a combat veteran, a war hero. But he's not independent of the Justice Department, and he does not have to share his information with the public. So we need a truly public, select, independent committee with an independent prosecutor, and it could be Mueller if we wish. No problem. But in the meantime, we gotta lock this piece of crap up. This crazy bastard, this traitor, we gotta lock him in that White House. Let him wear a monitor. Feed him, change him, but lock him in that awful office with the TV and all the other stuff he likes and his Twitter. Maybe some Vaseline so he could put some latex gloves on and work on his little privates. Maybe he could do something about that little hole in his face, which looks like an anal orifice because nothing but crap comes out of it. I've lived long enough to know what bullshit is, and this is bullshit, folks. I promise you. So we lock him in there. We don't allow him to make any appointments. We don't allow him to do anything until he reveals all his taxes and until he is no longer tainted. Then we'll let him out. But right now, the fact that he's being allowed to do all the crap that he's going to do and he's doing to us, to our planet, to the workers, to the women, to immigrants, this is outrageous. And it would be not happening if there was a Democrat in there. So let's get up off our asses, folks. Let's write our Congress people, and let's let them know once and for all. Independent prosecutor, independent committee, and keep this tainted bastard locked up in the awful office until he is deemed innocent. Which, by the way, is not going to happen because he's guilty as sin as well as his VP. And then the ending of this story, folks, for now, is we'll end up with Paul Shithead Ryan as president, and the fight continues one GOP fascist asshole at a time.